Yo,
Yo, what's going on, man?
yeah, Dad.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Dad. Wait, tell us about this fucking hustle, Mad
Oh
Dog.
yeah, I'm surprised I didn't even like tell you this one first, man. I was like
The
the
fucking,
legal guy in
you were
there,
the
man.
fucking scribe.
Yeah, bro, like I was hustling hard. Like when I first started was like way back when I fucking got in there, but I just got away with fucking the words, and like
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe it's because I've read heaps of legal letters and shit, but
yeah,
just the way to address them and I don't know, the words just come fluently in my head, like
Mad
but
Dog.
even cunts that were like fucking good at English and shit
They were like,
were
we
like
don't know how to do this. Can you help us
with,
out?
yeah, writing bodgy letters, and I'm like, give it here, like, and I'm just fucking jazzed it up.
And that's why everyone liked you as well, eh? Like, that would have
Yeah,
given you
man,
heaps of good favour.
I'd crew from like other units, like, because when you're in a certain unit in jail, you sort of can't talk to the cunts in the other units. But I had them like sending fucking tennis balls over with messages in them saying, "Write us a sorry letter or a fucking an appeal letter or something." Well, I even got a bloke who got sentenced to 8 years. I got him in his appeal. I got him sentence dropped down to 3.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah,
you fucking,
just from my
wow.
letter.
You're a
Like,
mad dog.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm so proud of you.
You
Wow.
know, you know, everyone in half the country jail called me the librarian.
The
That was just my name
librarian.
because it's
Yes.
funny when you're in jail, right? Because everyone gets called by their last name because it's just how
Yeah.
the screws work. Like if they call it over the PA, it's like Gilbert to the main office or Gilbert here, or whoever.
Yeah.
So everyone gets called by their last name, even by other prisoners. But if you're like some hell like dangerous cunt or you're a hell like
You get
the
your
leader or
special
whatever,
name.
you get like a nickname.
Yeah.
So like then you got the big cunts cruising around like fucking you got Chopper and this other cunt called fucking like some hectic name like fucking Bulldog or something. But
Yeah.
then everyone else, if you're a nobody, you get called by your last name or just oi white cunt come here.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, as soon as I fucking started like writing cunts letters and shit, like I got some like fucking dangerous looking motherfuckers like coming in my room like, "Oh hey bro, how's it going, man? Yeah, fucking just need you to do this for us and that." And I'm like, yeah, no worries. There's fuck all else to do other than read and write. So I
Yeah.
was just punching out letters and stuff, and like, next thing you know, I've got like these fucking like hectic like leaders of gangs and shit like fucking, "Oh yeah, hit the librarian up, he's a mad dog," like,
Yes. Librarian, bro. That's the
yeah.
fucking sickest tag to have in jail.
Yeah, and I had like this
Because no
dude
one
in
will
my
fuck
life.
with you. Like,
Oh man, like when I rocked up to Acacia, the last prison I was at, you sort of rock up and you go through, and it's like after sort of lockdown, so everyone's sort of in their cells, but you come into the main area where the main courtyard is, and there's 4 units around, and there's all windows. It's like fucking 150 windows all pointing towards the courtyard. As soon as I just step in the courtyard here, "Fucking librarian, what are you doing here? You can't." And I just look it up, don't even know who it is,
yeah.
and then they just hear, "It's the librarian." And then another window, it's like, "Yeah, librarian."
Yeah. Wicked, man.
And I just roll in there. Next morning, I wake up and every cunt's like, "What are you doing here, you cunt? Oh, I need help
Wow.
with my parole."
Yes. That's awesome, man. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah. Wait, I'll tell you what, like in my head, before you got out or whatever, I was thinking like, like I don't really want to know what's going on. Like this is just how narrow-minded I am. I was like, I don't really want to know what's happening in there because I thought the worst. Like I was like,
yeah,
fuck, man, I don't want him to go back in there and like, whatever. But like, yeah, fuck, that's just blown me away, man. Like, although
yeah,
now, like, come to think of it, it's a bit of a black swan thing because you are an incredible talent. Like, of
mm,
course you're the fucking librarian, for fuck's
yeah. The
sake, like,
librarian,
mad dog.
like, well, I can
Fuck
guarantee,
yeah.
like, from in years to come, I'll be cruising down the street, and then
You got,
some
yeah,
fucking
boys.
some nigger will be walking past and be like, "Librarian," and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yes.
Like, but
That's
yeah,
sick.
librarian.
Fuck yeah. Like, man, maddest cunt ever. I'm so proud to have you as a brother.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
Fuck, man, that's awesome. Wow.
Um,
Wow.
but
So
yeah,
sick.
I fucking, we pull our skills. I'm sure that we can accomplish the fucking you know.
Oh man, we
The
got
next,
this.
we'll
We
be
got
the
this
next, you know,
sorted, brother.
if we wanted to, we could become the next Elon Musks,
Oh yeah,
you know.
no worries. I don't know if I want to go fucking to Mars though. That's a bit gay.
Yeah, that's a bit hectic.
Like, let's at least, I don't know, maybe focus our attention on the planet.
Man, his latest thing's pretty hectic. He reckons that he's designing this new cybernetics thing, right?
Yeah,
And
the
it's like the
brain.
little fibers, yeah, that
Yeah,
he's going to implant, and he's gonna use himself as the first human testing because they won't legally let him test on humans. So he's
yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll test on myself once
Yeah,
it's
fucking oath.
developed. To,
Well, most of the greatest scientists do, like, we got to have some sacrifices. Thanks, Elon.
oh, of course.
Because he realizes, right? Like, I've done a lot of study into this because, I've been doing computer science and all that sort of shit. Like,
Yeah.
you can fucking download Google's, like, AI now for free. It's open source.
Yeah.
So, like, AI is coming. And
That's right.
yeah, like Elon Musk is like hell worried that
Yeah, I know.
like we're just gonna
And
get
a lot
wiped.
of those cunts, man, like fucking all the blokes, like the fucking astrophysicists and the fucking the fucking the physics majors and shit. They're all like, not necessarily Skynet, but like they're
Oh,
sort of like,
they're like, yeah,
if you mention it, and they'll go on to the topic for hours and hours. Like I've listened to heaps of shit
yeah,
man,
yeah.
about that, and it's freaky, like thinking about it, because we are in that age, man, and like who knows what's going to happen? You know what
The
I mean? We can't
biological
stop it.
bootloaders.
We can't stop it. The amount of
Well,
little backdoor laboratories and shit that are going, even in the fucking cunts that are billionaires and shit. They've got little fucking labs set up with their little computer technicians, and they're like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? It's constantly being things are constantly being upgraded.
yeah,
And eventually, someone's going to go, here's this quantum computer I made. It's not necessarily AI, but it's like
it'll
it's as
generate
AI
it.
as
Yeah,
AI can get, and it'll build itself, man.
yeah.
It'll turn
That's
itself into an
crazy.
AI.
Yeah.
It'll one day wake up and just realize that
What's going on? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And then it'll be able to just be like, all right, 500,000 years worth of like research onto something like in a minute, because it'll be able to like duplicate itself, and then all of those things will learn at exactly the same time at lightning speed, and then combine like.
listen to this, I can't remember his name. His name's
Sam
Neil
Harris.
deGrasse. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
The way he put it, man, was fucking nuts. Because it's all exponential. So if you think about it, right? So it takes me as a human being to think, like, say for instance, mathematically, I get a piece of paper and put a couple of numbers down. It takes me X amount of time to do that one equation, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we've already got computers that can just do shit hell faster.
Yeah.
But then if you think about like, in terms of like its intelligence, like say for instance, it takes us to invent something to make it intelligent at a certain level.
Yeah.
That computer itself can already make itself more intelligent exponentially faster. So and that works with everything. Like if you you put machines in charge of a bunch of like hectic shit, and then humans in charge of a bunch of hectic shit. The first day they'll both go at the same speed.
Yeah.
And then the next day the computer will go twice as fast.
Yeah.
And then the next day it won't go 4 times as fast. It'll go like 8 times as fast.
It's factoring.
It's like because every time it builds another one of itself, it'll just be like building one of itself that's even smarter as well. So it's just like
upgrading. Man.
And even if it never gets to the point where it's fully control of itself, if we were stayed in the driver's seat the whole time, it still would be nuts, because
it's
think
hectic.
About whoever was driving that vehicle that is this being of a complete computer power, like it will just get so powerful and so intelligent, like within only a short period of time.
Yeah.
That person or that being would be God, like among all the rest of us humans,
Yeah, fuck
like,
yeah. It's literally Pandora's box.
Yeah, and that's what I reckon, like China and shit are doing, man. China's definitely got its fucking, because we got cunts like Elon Musk going, oh, this is what I'm doing, but China don't say fuck all, and they're communists, so they're all like, Yeah, we just gotta keep doing our thing. Like.
Yeah, well, they're already on fucking like G6 or whatever with
Yeah,
the phone technology, like.
yeah.
So they're already one whole factor ahead of us. Or
Yeah,
5G, like we don't even have 5G yet, and they're already
yeah,
developing 6. It's like,
yeah. That's right. Eh?
so yeah, and it'll be used as a weapon, obviously. First off,
Yeah,
like
more
that's
than likely.
yeah. So
But if you take something like for instance, like just the government, right, in
mm,
Australia, and then the government computers, how you got to go online, say to, the Department of Forestry's website, and you're like a ranger, for instance, right,
mm,
and then they got to go log on and type their password and shit. All of those websites, got firewalls packed and all that sort of stuff, right?
mm.
And like, if you build a bot on a computer that's like, say, your computer, that's sort of just, some pretty run-of-the-mill
Yeah,
average computer,
standard. Yeah,
and you built an algorithm to try and fucking get through those firewalls. That algorithm that you build, right, if you build it right, it'll attack that firewall once every like fucking millisecond, right?
yeah,
So every millisecond it'll send a password and a thing, if you can get through the bot detection or whatever, right?
yeah.
Anyway, so if you picture that, and it's just gone ting ting ting, it's chipping away at like however many fucking ones a second.
Mm.
Eventually, in like 5 years, boom, you'll have a breakthrough, or in 5 days, or however long it takes, right? You have a
Well,
breakthrough
yeah,
to get into that system.
that's exactly
So
right.
if you think of an entire nation, right? So
Mm.
for instance, you had an entire nation worth of computers, and they were all the top of the line, top of the wazza, and the algorithms that they were using were like the most fucking quantum computerish sort of algorithms.
Mm.
And you think of them all just bombing the one set of systems,
Yeah,
they'd crack instantly.
DDoS.
Because if you think of that one little computer stabbing at it, once every millisecond.
It'll
Think of
still get
how
the
many
job done.
computers, yeah, how many computers all at the same time, all
Yeah.
having a crack at it, and then that's where I reckon like the next war will go. It'll just be like fucking
Well, it's a data
our
war.
computing power, bang,
Yeah.
and that I reckon they will advance that technology. Not to the size of a nation with computers, it'll just be like a fucking handheld computer chip,
Yeah.
and it'll be that quantum computer that all they have to do is press a button, and anything it's near will just jam or fucking get into or whatever,
Mm. Well, the thing is, Mitch, like, it doesn't matter how fast we go, as long as we keep progressing, it will happen. So,
yeah, fucking oath.
like, even if it's only like one micro progression in a million years, it's still going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
So, fucking, yeah, it's a scary concept.
And us humans, we're all sitting on fucking like Jimmy Neutron rockets, right? Like for instance, your car, like you get into a car, yeah, it might be some busted out like 2005,
But it's still got like energy density.
That's right. It's still got a fucking combustion engine in it that's filled with fuel, right?
And now they're
so the
making
computer that's hooked up to
hydrogen.
that thing, yeah. And if you have like a computing device, right, that's designed to wirelessly connect with the computer inside that car and tell it to just fucking overload and explode,
Yeah.
boom, the car would blow up and the person inside would be dead.
Yeah.
So if you think about that with every device around you, we're talking on the phone right now. I've got my phone in my head, and if somebody walked past the house with a device that could wirelessly send a signal to my phone right
your
now
battery,
and tell it to just fucking go overload, it would, because the only thing that's stopping it
is the parameters.
Is the actual is the computer itself in it.
Fuck
so if someone just fucking just scrambled that thing, my head would just be blown off right now.
Yeah, like, or at least
you know?
very damaged.
Yeah, like, and when you're thinking of like AIs and shit, like, if an AI just decided
so
fucking,
scary.
all right, because in AI, it can learn exponentially and forever, and like it can never, if it's a quantum computer, it won't have a terabyte of memory. It will have like a fucking bajillion, bajillion terabytes, and it'll be able to access all of that memory pretty much simultaneously as well.
Yeah.
So, you could just send that one little robot like that flies through the internet or whatever, and then just, all of a sudden everyone's TVs are blowing up and fucking, like the power grid just explodes like fucking,
yeah, man.
hectic.
It's gonna be good fun.
Yeah, fingers crossed though. It's not like a fucking, it's not smart enough to go and just like, because our brains are computed. So
Mm.
who knows? Like if they create a biogenetic quantum computer,
Well, here's the
you
thing,
know,
right? Oh man, I've got to send you this thing.
imagine getting brainwashed by a fucking AI,
They're putting
and then it
brain.
controls you. Like,
They're making brain computers now. Like they're fucking.
yeah,
It's called like oh, what was it? It was like a gray brick or whatever, and it's just like a fucking brick of neurons like that are attached to a computer. It's
mm,
fucked up, man. Like I'll send you some
yeah,
links. Like and yeah, like cause it's just in basic development now, but there's already
yeah,
backyard scientists doing it as well. So,
yeah,
and that's that whole thing that you were talking about before was like the backyard scientists, mother,
yeah,
like
yeah,
dangerous shit. But yeah, nah,
yeah.
fucking
That's
cool
right.
as, man. Cool as. Like, you're a sick cunt. You librarian, you.
Yeah, you too, man.
That's awesome.
I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna fucking go to the dunny and shit.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for the call. I
Alright,
love
bro.
it.
Alright, man. Cheers, eh?
Peace.
See you, bro.